Before we get started, it's Friday, June 5th, okay? Before we do anything, I wanted to discuss extra credit with you guys, okay? What are your thoughts on offering it? What are your thoughts on not offering it? I'd love to hear from you before we finish and go over this credit score and credit rating assignment.
I mean, I personally don't need it, but like I think maybe possibly other kids need it, so I don't know.
Well, it's not really about whether. I think of it in terms of should other students have the ability to earn the grade that some of you have earned when you've done the work, and they only have to use one assignment to make up some of that work. So I'll tell you this. Students that, this is for the college credit. I'm not talking about graduating and passing. Those scores are in Scheduler. The school pulls those. I don't change those scores. So the school pulls those scores as is. I just put in the scores that are there. I don't control anything else. So it's not like I have necessarily leeway to just make up assignments and pretend you guys did extra assignments. That doesn't work in order to get your score up. So I'm going to just leave that the way it is. For the college credits, should I give an extra credit assignment for those students that aren't currently getting an A? Because I'll tell you the risk. If you've got a 90 or above, you'll earn an A, right? An A is easy to transfer college to college. What is not easy to transfer college to college is a B and a C, which some students currently have. What will not be transferable would be, if you fail and then you don't get the college credit that you guys invested in at all. So I'm leaving the grades on Scheduler the way they are. The option I'm considering is still providing those college scores and still providing everyone with an A if I provide an extra assignment. Now, is that fair when other students have done what they're responsible to do this entire time? Right? I haven't heard from a handful, I'd say probably about a good 10 students between both classes that have not done any work. Do they still, whether they have a 50, 60, or 70, do they still deserve to be able to get that college credit and get an A on that transcript? What are your guys' thoughts? Or should I put in the grades that they currently have, or should I come up with an assignment?
I don't think that they deserve it, but if you do end up putting an assignment, I still think that they still wouldn't do it, despite the fact that it would give them that passing grade.
Fair point.
Oh, interesting. That could be a way to make me look good, because then I can do it anyway. So I could still say I gave them an option. Interesting.
Yeah, just make the assignment very difficult.
Oh, I would have to, because there's no way that if you guys are here every day and you guys are doing those assignments on time that another student should just get to walk away with. It would be at least a 10-day worth assignment in order to get that grade up. Okay, I'll take that into consideration. Looking at this, I mean, it's 20 questions. Which ones did you guys have any concerns with? All right, so Monday we're going to start something new. I know you guys are supposed to get your caps and gowns like today, I think, which means whether or not you guys show up next week, I have no idea. Starting next week, we only have 2 weeks left of classes, I believe. Yes, which means the only thing we're going to discuss is things you want to discuss. I'm not going to bring in a lesson. I'm not going to bring in things I want to go over. I'm literally going to come in and then you guys go over anything that you have questions on, whether it's investing, whether it's credit scores, whether it's resumes, whether it's cover letters, whether it's college appeals, whatever you guys want, I will leave that to you. Okay. So that'll be the regimen for the next week or so. Okay. So with that in mind, think of what you want to cover starting Monday. But today, what of these questions stuck with you a little bit? So we're looking at respond to the statement. If you use a credit card to buy something and pay it off over time, it costs more than you would have if you paid in cash. You guys think that's true or false? Right? So if you use a credit card to buy something and pay it off over time, will it cost more than if you paid in cash?
Yeah, it will cost more
Why would it cost more?
because interest builds up over time.
That's it. Very simple. None of these are gotcha. Yeah, so you have to pay interest. So there are times, like I bought my car, my red Civic, I bought it in cash. I didn't want to pay interest or take on debt. I had the cash, so I bought it in cash, right? I didn't want to pay the interest. But if you need to build your credit, maybe you do put a good like down payment, and then you kind of pay off with a little bit less interest because you made a good down payment. All right. Let's see. Is having a small credit history positive or negative?
Bad.
Bad, right? Bad. You need a history. You need for them to be able to look back at your resume, right? To make sure that you're credit worthy. We covered co-signing loans. Pay the minimum and pay in full. We talked about those two terms. Can you guys reiterate those, or is there any question on those? Paying the minimum balance or paying the full balance?
Paying the minimum is you pay the minimum payment to try to avoid them putting down a late payment on your financial report.
Mm-hmm.
Paying in full is just paying your whole balance.
Right. So we showed you guys that little stub. You know, if you rang up a credit card of $200, next month they'll say pay off $25, but the other 175 then gets interest. So what you can do is you can pay it in full, or you can make your minimum payments and then pay it off with a little bit of interest over time. All right, good. Carrying a balance. So carrying a balance would be what Vincent just said. So month to month, you pay off your minimum, which means your balance gets carried over. So that 175 that wasn't paid gets carried to the next month, and then the next month, and then the next month, and then the next month. All right. If you swipe your credit card, will you build up your financial? Yes. I mean, that's a simple one. Credit and debit. Difference between credit and debit.
No, wait,
Go ahead.
maybe go up. Wait, scroll back up a little bit. You said it says if you swipe your debit card, will you build your credit score?
Sorry. Okay, so will swiping your debit card?
Definitely not. Nope.
Correct. It will not. Your debit card pulls from your bank account, directly from your bank account. It will not pull from your debt, like swiping a credit card. All right, the debit card comes from your bank. It doesn't process as debt. Good. Difference. Here we go. Hard and soft inquiry. Difference between hard and soft inquiries. Anyone? Let's do this. When you open a credit card, hard or soft inquiry?
Hard. Well, it depends on if you pre-approve.
Okay, well, let's do this. If a hard and soft inquiry is based on the amount of debt you're able to carry, what would be a hard inquiry?
If you're trying to take out like a mortgage or a car loan.
Yes. A mortgage is definitely the hardest inquiry possible. We're talking hundreds and hundreds of $1,000s. All right?
Millions.
Millions maybe. Then it gets, the inquiry then gets softer from there, right? So your car, depending on the price, can be a hard or a soft inquiry, okay? So if I were to tell you you're buying a house, hard inquiry. If I were to tell you you're buying a brand new Tesla off the lot, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, hard inquiry. If I told you you're buying a used $10,000 car, soft inquiry. If I tell you that you're opening a credit card with $1,000 max balance that you can carry, soft inquiry. So it will depend on the type of credit you're applying for, the type of credit card, the type of mortgage, even your student loan. I have a student that took out $100,000 as a student loan in one shot to cover 4 years. I have other students, that would be a hard inquiry. I have other students that take out money every year, individually each year. So 2019, they took out a loan. 2020, they took out a loan. 2021, they took out a loan, right? Those might be softer inquiries because it's not one big, huge bundle of money. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Are filling out, now I know a lot of people that do this, are filling out, you're going to do this in college because they have these credit card signups all over campus and they give you a free shirt. Then this idiot gives you a Frisbee. Then this person over here gives you this.
A free pen.
A free pen. You'll be shocked what people do. Clipboards, like it's ridiculous. So my question to you is filling out multiple credit card applications a good idea?
No.
No, it's not. It's a really bad idea, right? You don't need 10 credit cards, ever. And doing it just for the free gift means that they are making multiple soft inquiries into your credit score. It also means that they're going to be sending you credit cards that you might end up keeping, and the risk of getting all of them means you may use them. All right, so it's not just about the inquiries, but it's also about the habits people develop. All right. Oh, I got a credit card. I could use this one. Imagine having one credit card with a $1,000 balance or having 6 credit cards with a $1,000 balance. You're more likely to use those various credit cards because you have them available. Whereas if you only had 1 or 2, you would be limited in what you can spend on. Okay. A revolving account on your credit report. You know, did the research, what's a revolving account? Anyone? Revolving account. Come on, guys, you did the work. What's a revolving account?
Is it an account that like you can take out more debt and borrow or something like that?
So a revolving account is on your credit score, and it means that every month you get billed, like an Easy Pass maybe, right? Revolving, it's like a circle. It keeps going over and over and over. Every 30 days you get this bill. So it might be a car payment. Every 30 days you have to hit that car payment. Your mortgage, every 30 days you got to pay that mortgage bill, right?
Wait, would a credit card count as a revolving account?
It could, yes. Yeah. So yeah, Josh, it is debt that rolls over. It's kind of like carrying a balance. Anything that carries a balance, and they usually send you a minimum payment, right? So your revolving account, every revolving account has a minimum payment. All right. The difference between open and closed accounts on your credit score. What's a closed account? Closed account. What is it?
You can't use the account anymore, and I think it says that like there's no more debt in that account.
Okay, so a closed account is you had a credit card, you paid it off, you closed your credit card. So the credit card is no longer working. That's considered a closed account. Right? You canceled it. So closed accounts are debt that were open that is no longer open. Yeah.
Can closed accounts still affect your credit score?
No, they're closed. They're closed.
Oh,
Now, sometimes creditors do want to see you have multiple open accounts, right? So that's why having a few credit cards is okay. 10 is not, just to get a t-shirt or a pen, right? But the open accounts means that you can carry debt, which improves your report card, right? Your credit report card. If you have a lot of closed account, you can't really carry much debt because you've closed some of your accounts. All the closed, like my first car, that's now a closed account on my report, on my credit report. It'll stay on there for a handful of years, right? But that's a closed account. Then I had a credit card. I canceled the credit card because I had an account, and then I canceled the credit card because I got my Apple card and my Amazon credit card with Visa. I canceled my other one. Well, that became a closed account. It doesn't hurt you to have a closed account. It would hurt you if you only had 2 credit cards and now you only have 1. Because over time, again, you need to show that you have debt and that you can carry it. All right? Because even the fact that Amazon gives you a credit card is enough to increase your credit score. Because Amazon can say no. The fact that they approve you is good for your credit score. It is good for your credit rating, credit worthiness. Okay?
Yeah.
Good. Open and close accounts, paying in installments. You guys know what paying in installments is?
Like paying in small amounts.
Yeah, that's it. Paying in little pieces. Right? So you take out your student debt and you pay it off $200 a month. That's it. All right. 3 things that can hurt your credit score. Can you give me 3?
Late payments, inquiries, and let me check myself.
Anyone else? So late payments is one. Inquiries is another. What's another?
Applying for more credit.
What is that?
Applying for more credit.
Lying, you said?
Applying.
Oh, well, yeah. The applying for more credit would be the inquiry.
Okay.
All right. So 3 things that can hurt you. A delinquent remark will hurt you. Right? So if you miss a payment, if you don't have a lot of lines of credit, if there is a hard or even a soft inquiry, could have an impact. And then another one would actually be if, not just if you miss the payment, but if they put a negative comment on your report. Okay. Average credit score. You guys do any research what you think the average credit score that exists is, that people have?
706.
Yeah, it's around the 7s. High 6s, low 7s. All right. And that's just because usually most people, there's a handful of people in the 800s, and then most people are in the 600s. Not a lot of people are in the 7s, but it kind of averages out. Usually if you get to 700, you can build your way up to 8. Right? Because it means you're doing smart things financially. All right. But there are, that is a skewed number because there are a hell of a lot of people that are in the 5s and 600s. Okay. Pre-approval means no inquiry. We're just going to go ahead and issue this credit card on the spot. We don't care about your history. If your history is bad, we'll give you a high interest rate. That's all it says. That's a pre-approval. Okay? All right. When should you start building credit?
As soon as you turn 18.
That's it. Right away. Right now. Today. Tomorrow. You guys should start trying to build credit slowly, right? Don't try to build crazy credit in one day, right? That's just ridiculous. But you should start building, right? And then why should you start building is the most important question. Why should you start soon?
You need college loans, and also in the future you maybe want to open a business, so it's good to start building credit early.
What's the building the credit now going to do for you later?
Give you a lower rate.
That's it. That's the important part, guys. It's all about lower interest rates. That's all this is. Success and failure, a lot of it is about your interest rate. If you're starting a business and taking out a $100,000 loan, 10% versus 6% versus 2.5% is thousands of dollars worth of difference, which can make or break you. All right. Anybody want to provide the credit score of someone they know? No? All right. I can give you one of my buddies that I go to the gym, that I used to go to the gym with. His was like 605. And he bought a new car. And I was like, bro, what are you doing? So taking on that large piece of debt, you know, my recommendation to him was buy a used car. That way you can put down a bigger down payment and pay less interest until you build your credit score. But he's 40, right? If he's got a bad credit score at 40, there's not much waiting that he can do. You know what I mean? Like if he needs a car, he's got to get a car. Like you're not going to wait till you're 50 to buy a new car if you want one. But bad decisions early on impacted him. All right. My mother's credit score is like 830. I hate her. My father's credit score is also near 830 because my mother pays all the bills in the house and she's the one that handles all the finances. And they're both co-signed on everything. Right? But she's the one that makes sure things get paid on time. So her doing everything right helps his credit score.
What's your credit score?
Say it again.
What's your credit score?
What's mine? Mine is 811.
Oh.
My credit score is 811. Last summer when I applied, there was a hard inquiry when I was about to buy a house with my wife. My credit score literally went from 805 to 750 in like 2 days. And then within about 4 to 6 weeks, it got back up to 800 and then back up to 811 where it is now. But again, they did the hard inquiry because of the house that we were looking at. Then after the hard inquiry, you know, then I bought a car in November. So that soft inquiry hurt me again. Once they realized that I had paid the car off, my credit score jumped back up. So everything hurts you at first until you prove you can pay off what you're purchasing.
Yeah.
All right. And the Mint app. Did you guys pick up the Mint app?
Yes.
All right. It's a great thing to have. You know, it does wonders for me. You don't have to hook all your stuff up to it. I think it's safe. I've used it for years and years and years, and I don't see a reason I wouldn't. I check it's a free credit rating, so they do my credit score all the time. And I can track all my investment accounts. I have my Robinhood account set up, my Coinbase account. I've got actually, I don't know if my Coinbase account is set up on there. But I got all my investment accounts, my retirement accounts, just so I can see them. Otherwise, I have to log into all these multiple platforms and try to do the math myself. I can open Mint and see my net worth right away because it updates. So I would definitely save it and definitely start loading your things into it as you get credit cards, as you get bank accounts. Definitely just start linking all your stuff, and that would be your one-stop shop to see your credit report card. All right, you guys got any questions? Well, I'll let you guys go. You guys can catch the opening bell in 3 minutes. The market's up huge today on the jobs number.
Airlines are up a lot.
I just put like $7,000 into Spirit Airlines yesterday.
Spirit.
Yeah, because Spirit's
Nah,
down.
you gotta go on American.
Oh, did you see it? American
Was up 40%.
That's out of
40% yesterday.
That was stupid. That was stupid. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I bought,
41.25.
so for me, I mean, Spirit Airlines, the high was 43 back in February. So to me, it was only at 20 yesterday when I bought it, which meant to me, hey, you know, it can still double from here. If I look at American Airlines, the high was 28 and it's already at 21 today. I don't know. I mean, I guess they could, because yesterday they were at 11 and then it went up 40% to 20. But, oh man, it's crazy. And American Airlines up 25% again today. That's bonkers. So,
Yeah.
all right, guys. I will see you on Monday if you guys are here Monday, and we will just discuss anything you guys want to cover. If you guys got something specific you want me to cover, shoot me a message this weekend so I make sure I'm ready for it, okay?
Yep.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for coming.
That was-
But